Hi, I'm Jonathan Cohen from Nextlaw. If you're searching for ways to beat your stunt driving charge, you need to understand a powerful legal argument called spirit of the law. I use this strategy at Nextlaw when strict application of penalties would create consequences the law never intended. What is spirit of the law? Spirit of the law means arguing your case based on the underlying intent behind the legislation, rather than its strict, literal wording. Section 172 was designed to remove dangerous street racers from Ontario roads, but when applied literally to every technical violation, it destroys lives in ways the law never intended. When literal application creates injustice. Here's a real example. A father of 3 gets clocked at 155 in a 100 zone. The radar is accurate. He's technically guilty under Section 172, but he's the primary driver for his family. If he loses his license for 1 year, he loses his job. His children lose transportation to school and medical appointments. His family suffers devastating financial consequences. This isn't the dangerous street racer the law was designed to stop. Why courts consider spirit of the law? Prosecutors and justices understand that blind application of mandatory penalties can produce unjust outcomes. When I present spirit of the law arguments at Nextlaw, I'm demonstrating that your case doesn't fit the legislative intent behind stunt driving laws. You're not the public safety threat this law was created to address, and destroying your life serves no legitimate purpose. How this argument works. Spirit of the law isn't about making excuses. It's a sophisticated legal argument that your circumstances fall outside the intended scope of the legislation. I build this case by documenting your clean driving record, family responsibilities, employment situation, and the specific consequences a conviction would create. Then I argue to prosecutors that withdrawing or reducing charges serves the actual purpose of the law. Why you can't make this argument yourself. Self-represented defendants constantly tell prosecutors about their kids, their job, their hardship, and get dismissed immediately. Without legal credibility and proper presentation, it sounds like begging for sympathy. When I make these arguments as your legal representative, prosecutors know I'm presenting a legitimate legal position backed by legislative intent analysis, the strategic presentation component. At Nextlaw, I've handled over 800 stunt driving cases annually across all 52 Ontario jurisdictions. I know which prosecutors respond to spirit of the law arguments and which require different strategies. I know how to frame your circumstances in legal terms that align with judicial discretion. I know when to raise these arguments in Crown pretrials versus judicial pretrials for maximum impact.